Alright, so we got way early spoilers for Record of Ragnarok chapter 98 from these two guys. These are the main leakers right now, but there's still a lot yet to come. So there will definitely be another video covering the rest of the spoilers and the Apocalypse of the Gods spoilers when that drops as well. But I wanted to get this information out to you guys early, but make sure you do one thing for me real quick. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this video. I really appreciate all the support. Now let's get into it. So first things first, we of course do get the reveal of Simo officially in the actual manga. Now we did see like a little picture on the character select screen for Hilde, and of course we have this image that we've all seen for many years now, where he was revealed by the author as a result of some kind of popularity contest. But there are some slight alterations to his design now, as his dog looks a little bit different, updated design. His design has some small tweaks, but more or less it's the same. He is called the White Death and is stated to be humanity's greatest sniper. He basically is shown to us in a forest. So if you remember my prediction video, I said I predict we're going to get a wintry forest for the stage for this battle. Looks like that could be the case, but in his waiting room or wherever he's being found, he is already in a forest. So either that's foreshadowing or this is the forest we're going to see and we're not going to get that for the stage. We'll have to find out and wait. This, I'm pretty sure, is the last panel of the chapter, so we're going to have to wait till next month for the arena reveal. Now, some speculated that Simo wasn't going to speak, which I actually really liked when I read some of your comments saying that. But he does speak this chapter. He introduces himself to his Valkyrie, who we also see. Her name is Rongrid or Rosgrease. One of the two. I probably butchered the name, but the Valkyrie names are hard to say. But I've seen two different spellings of her name. And she looks really cool. And her introduction actually kind of gives us a hint toward what kind of ability Simo's going to have. We've talked about this before, that we think that he's going to have some kind of illusion type trickery style ability to go in line with his sniping. Here, she enters this forest and says, "Oh my, I was told you'd be around here somewhere, but I can't find you at all." Now, it could just be a scenario where he's just in a spot she can't see. It is a forest, there's trees everywhere and everything. But it might lead us to believe that he has some kind of presence concealment ability, or he's just obviously elite at hiding, which is common sense. He's a sniper. So we'll have to see what kind of developments we get with that. Now, the big thing that's super interesting from these early leaks is this right here. This interaction between Hilde and Loki. I was not expecting this, to be honest with you. So of course we got the big reveal many chapters ago that Loki is in love with Hilde. He has a doll of her that he combs her hair, and he professed his love for her. He's telling her he wanted to save her. He could save her even from Odin. And Hilde back then was very dismissive of Loki. Her whole demeanor changes here. She is so manipulative, and that's why she's such a good character. But she comes over to Loki and actually kneels down before him, crazy. Kneels down before him just like she did with Thor way back in chapter 1. And she begs Loki effectively to fight in round 11. She doesn't say anything nefarious here. She tells him straight up, "I picked a fighter to beat you. I have a custom made matchup for you, and I need you to accept my challenge. I need you to take this round." That is crazy to me. And Loki, whether out of ego or whether out of love for Hilde, agrees to do it, but he says, "I won't die that easily. I'm warning you right now. I'm not going to die that easily. You won't be able to beat me like this." And she says, "Understood." This is a crazy scene for both of them. I like it because Hilda's being straightforward with him, but it ties into Loki doing anything for his love. Him obviously having the confidence in himself that he can go toe-to-toe with a matchup tailor-made for him, which I like. And I hope that they continue to compound on this, where Loki should know this guy is going to be a hard counter to me. So he shouldn't really be surprised, right, when that stuff inevitably happens. With that said, I am looking forward to this fight even more now after all of this. We also get this shot of Nostradamus and Goal, so that tells us we're probably going to get an expanded lore dump between the two of them. There's probably more pages of them, but this is the only one for now, where they talk about something called the Water of Life, and they talk more about the primordials, but the translations are very unclear as of yet. So we'll have to wait on that, but that's kind of telling us where we're going to go going forward in the chapter. It's also interesting to note that while Hilde was locking in Simo for the selection, she said, "Mr. Loki, please, I beg your forgiveness to save Sig and humanity. There's only one person throughout all human history that will be able to overcome the tricks and strategies from Mr. Loki, the most cunning god in the sky." And when you see the panel, it looks like she is actually pretty remorseful. This and the one we saw with her talking with Loki, which may lead to you thinking like, well, maybe it's not all manipulation. It's just what needs to be done. She might not actually hate him. But it's interesting to say the least. I can't wait to see where we go with this. Hopefully we find out why Loki was in love with her. Hopefully they have some kind of connection that is probably part of Loki's backstory, or maybe they were just acquaintances doing whatever. But we need to see this. We need this context, because it's going to hit much harder if we actually see why he likes Hilda in the way he does. Also, what I find most interesting about that line at the end is most cunning god in the sky. I don't know, he might have a challenger for that moniker with this man Hermes running around being absolutely deceitful. So we'll have to see if we ever get reveals on what Hermes is capable of or not, but I thought that was cool. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Are you excited for round 11? And how do you think this Loki Hilda story concludes when all is said and done? I personally have said that I think that Loki is going to win this round. I think now with this bookend, this would be perfect if he gets a moment where he says, I told you I wouldn't lose, and like Hilda's crying or some shit, and he kind of feels bad for winning, but he did win. This could go so deep. Like, that's why I say I think that the narrative wants Loki to win for multiple reasons. With this Hilda reason, also like his connections to Odin, being his right-hand man, so to speak, connections to wanting to fight Buddha after he was a traitor, after their interaction, potentially with Okita still could happen. There's so much for Loki to do going forward in the story. I think it'd be a shame if he loses. I know people are Simo fans. We'll have to see. The author might be bait and switching us. We'll have to find out. But I'm excited, to say the least. Drop what you think in the comments. As I said, I'll catch you guys in the next spoiler video. Stay tuned. Peace.